Welcome to Cine Outline, where every film is a story worth telling, and every opinion is worth sharing. Let's check out how I understand the movie. Comment your thoughts. Okay, let's get into the movie, Tenet. Don't just watch, join the journey by subscribing and hitting the like button. In Kiev, Ukraine, an anonymous employable, the hero, John David Washington, aids a CIA task to thwart a show attack and recover a taken reserve of plutonium. His central goal likewise is by all accounts to safeguard a man, which he does as such with the assistance of a group with whom he mixes in with specialized squads. During the activity, the plutonium is viewed as phony. Besides, the hero understands that the drama was being bombarded, thus he gathers the bombs to save individuals. The hero is at gunpoint by one smack part, however, is saved by a veiled shooter with a red string on his back. The concealed man gave off an impression of being utilizing a period-switched weapon. The hero discards the pack of bombs and individuals are saved. He is then snatched and tormented until he nibbles on an obvious self-destruction pill prior to uncovering any data. After waking, the hero learns the pill was a trial of his reliability. He likewise is informed that his group didn't get clear. He is selected into a mysterious association, given just the data that principle and a cross-fingered motion will open numerous entryways for him. The hero penetrates an office where he discovers that later on, innovation has been fostered that permits objects to have their entropy switched and go in reverse through time. To exhibit this, a researcher gives him shots that shoot backward. The researcher accepts that a conflict coming as items are as being gushed back in time from what's in store. The compound of an Indian extremely rich person in Mumbai with the guide of Neil, Robert Pattinson, an English knowledge specialist. He discovers that it is as a matter of fact the very rich person's better half, Priya, Dimple Kapadia, who can say for sure what's going on. Priya lets the hero know that the time-switching innovation is heavily influenced by a Russian arms seller, Andrei Sater, Kenneth Branagh, who is in correspondence with what's in store. The hero meets Sir Michael Crosby, Michael Caine, who lets him know that a blast went off in a now deserted city in Russia known as Stalsk-12. The hero gains from him that to get to Sater, he really wants to move toward his essentially alienated spouse Kat, Elizabeth Debicki. The hero meets Kat and they talk at an eatery. Kat lets the hero know that Sater has her under his influence because of a fashioned canvas that she provided for him. She additionally makes reference to that she attempted to cherish him again to check whether he would release her. However, Sater gave her the choice to remain or leave and at no point ever see her child in the future. She says she saw a lady plunge off their yacht in Vietnam when they were on vacation. Sater's men show up at the eatery soon. The hero figures out how to battle his direction and get away, yet one of them drives away with Kat similarly as the hero completes The Last Thug. The hero later attempts to win Kat's trust by recovering the work of art from a freeport at Oslo Air Terminal. Neil goes first to investigate what is happening and they intend to crash a freight plane to light a fire to enact the lockdown system, permitting them to take the work of art. They take the assistance of Mahir Hamesh Patel, who crashes the airplane and drops gold bars out and about as an interruption. During the activity, notwithstanding, the hero and Neil are gone after by two veiled men, one upset and one forward who rose up out of a worldly style in the Pentagon. The two adversaries get away from before at the fleeting intersection. Sater shoots Kat and leaves with her before Neil calls for fortifications and they show up to get the transient style. The hero suspects them, examining Neil regarding who these individuals are. Neil lets him know they are Priya's men, a group drove by Ives, Aaron Taylor Johnson. The hero follows Sater back through the transient style regardless of being cautioned not to, where he ends up being the driver of the Saab. He puts a radio gadget on an unfilled orange packaging out and about and hangs tight for it to return into a vehicle. He follows it and it turns out Sater saw the plutonium flying from the Saab back into forward hero's hands. He hears from the gadget that Sater had collected the calculation, the phony plutonium pieces, which are being taken to the hypocenter. In the pursuit, the Saab crashes with the reversed hero inside it. Sater consumes the vehicle which transforms into ice and figures out how to get hold of the calculation piece off screen. The hero is safeguarded by Ives' group. Sator is uncovered to be passing on from inoperable pancreatic malignant growth and has turned omnicidal, trusting that assuming he is to kick the bucket, he would like to spread demise to all mankind. Sator isn't searching for plutonium, however some future calculation 9 bits of the phony plutonium that can cause the entropy time heading of the world to turn around. The calculation will be made later on by a future researcher as a method for traveling back in time since their future Earth is destroyed by choices made by present-day people. Sator plans to involve the calculation as an Armageddon gadget that will invert entropy for the whole Earth, killing everything on it. He intends to get back to a particular moment when he was content with Cat and afterwards set off the gadget, which is associated with a dead man's switch connected to his pulse. The hero, Neil, and Cat follow Sator in reverse in time, traveling in a freight transport compartment back to Oslo. The threesome invades the Freeport craftsmanship storage space indeed, where they enter the worldly style that permits Cat to move advances through time once more and have her shot injury mended. The hero before long finds he was, as a matter of fact, the obscure bad guy during their most memorable activity at the Freeport and consequently needs to battle his previous self to go through. The hero meets Priya to request that she caution his previous self about how hazardous Sator is. In any case, she says she won't change what is going to occur. The hero needs her assertion that Cat will be protected. This is on the grounds that she has seen a lot of what they are attempting to leave well enough alone. A last detail, Priya gives him her statement. She likewise uncovers to him that principle will be established from now on. She says Ives has a group prepared for the mission. They turn back the clock, where a tactical activity is sent off by which the hero and Neil endeavor to recover the Judgment Day gadget from Sator's men from the future in STALSK-12, while Cat is with her significant other on his yacht, expecting to keep him from committing suicide before the Armageddon gadget is recovered. They work in a transient pincer development where the red group pushes ahead covering the blue group's extraction and the blue group goes in reverse covering the red group's extraction. The hero and Ives are in the red group, while Neil is in the blue group. Neil utilizes a transient style there to rearrange back to advance, partially through the activity, to caution the hero and Ives about a snare that he saw planted by Volkov, one of Sator's men. Nonetheless, Neil's endeavors are to no end. The hero and Ives enter the passage and stall out in there. They go further and find where the Armageddon gadget is checked by Volkov, who is behind an entryway that is locked. They likewise see an individual from the blue group dead next to Volkov with a red string connected to his pack. The hero perceives this obscure individual from the drama attack. Sator converses with the hero from the boat about his arrangement through a specialized gadget in the passage. Sator makes sense of that since that future is biting the dust, so they have no other choice than to turn around to the past. Sator then, at that point, orders Volkov to shoot the hero in the head when the dead body arises, makes the effort and the door opens. The hero and Ives kill Volkov and recover the Judgment Day gadget. The blue colleague shuts the entryway and returns to the entry. There's no time to spare. Neil, who has exchanged midway, tosses a rope through the opening on top of the passage and the hero and Ives hang on as they are pulled up. Cat kills Sator on the boat. The blast goes off yet the world is saved. Cat understands that she was the lady her previous self had seen on the boat and jumps into the water. Ives breaks the calculation into 3 pieces and splits it between himself, the hero, and Neil. Ives accentuates that they ought to stay quiet. Neil passes his part of the hero as he plans to return in. It was then that the hero sees that Neil has a red string on his back. He reasons that Neil was subsequently the covered man who saved him during the drama attack and the blue colleague who winds up dead by Volkov inside the passage. The hero cries tears as he most likely is aware his companion's fate now. Neil uncovers that he was employed into this activity in past by the future hero and accordingly has known him for a really long time. Neil lets the hero know that he'll see him toward the start and returns into the activity with the blue group. The hero then saves Cat from being killed by Priya after the film's all occasions, uncovering that he must take care of potential issues and that he has been the head of fundamental activities for a long time previously. Once again, don't just watch, join the journey by subscribing and hitting the like button.